All right. Welcome. Today we will be doing a collective healing as we all have been needing some heavy healing. The energies have been pretty intense lately, and I wanted to do this in order to just help everyone just really process a lot of the things that's been going on lately, process things that you may already be going through just outside of the planetary alignment. So I'm gonna give it some time for people to start coming in, because I would love to do like a live Q&A, or if you guys have any questions or anything that I would be able to assist. So we'll just vibe for the time being. The chat is supposed to be available. All right, there we go. Okay. Technical difficulties, but it's okay. I usually stream through StreamYard, but it's okay. Okay, so the chat is back on. That's why I did want to start technically a bit early just to get things acclimated. So Now that the live chat is back open, we are ready to roll. And so, if you are new here, let's load the music a little bit. If you are new here, I go by Nefer So. I've been doing this for a very long time, and from time to time, I do like to offer free collective spaces for you guys to heal, receive, whatever it is that you need. So yeah, I hope that whoever is watching this, that you open yourself up to receiving, that you give me permission to conduct Reiki with you, that you allow yourself to be open to healing, to growing, to flourishing, to nourishing, all of that good stuff. Um, and so, yeah, I am going to perform some Reiki, some collective Reiki. So, this is not specific to anyone. This is going to be just based on whatever the universe feels like the collective needs in order for me to help bring down and channel and distribute some of that energy to you guys. So, with that being said, um, we did hit the 333 mark. So, I'm going to get ready to start this sound healing. And I'm super excited again. I hope you guys are doing okay and getting through this energy. And let's get started. Right. Now, now I want you to relax even deeper. I hope that that sound bowl just kind of helped calm your energy, just help you ground a little bit. Now, when it comes to the Reiki, make sure that you are in a comfortable position. I usually prefer laying down. So if you can lay down and make sure that you're in a good space. If you prefer sitting, that's also okay. And what you're going to do is close your eyes. Close your eyes, and I want you to do your best to visualize a white room. And then I want you to fill that room with all the things that make you feel safe and all the things that you enjoy. It's also okay if it's not a whole bunch of different things, just whether it's that teddy bear that you really love, whether it is that mango that you love to snack on, whether it is your wish list big cluster of amethyst chair and rose quartz bathtub that you've always dreamed of having, and allow these things to materialize in this room. I want you to look around the room, walk around the room, get acquainted to all the things that pop up, all the things that you see, taking it in, feeling the vibes. And then I want you to allow windows to form as well as a door. And this door is going to be a see through glass door so that you are able to see through all of these windows and the doorway. On the other side of these openings, it can either be a beautiful forest, it can be a beach, whatever is your safe space and the place that you like to be in the most. Then I want you to imagine yourself, whether you stay within that room or if you walk outside and go for a stroll outside in the space. Wherever you feel comfortable, I want you to find a space within this realm and either do the same thing, take a seat or lay down, so that you can also in the astral realm be comfortable in a safe space, in a place that is again materialized based on all of the things that make you feel safe and happy and content. And then we will officially begin doing the Reiki. Okay, this one. Okay. make sure you guys are deep breathing as I work with different instruments and energy to assist you. Make sure to breathe through any difficulties, any pains, any blockages. Do your best not to hold your breath. At this point, you should be feeling very relaxed. I hope that you guys are having fun in your safe spaces. I am going to try to take it a little deeper. So, this is just a halfway mark reminder that you are doing a great job. It's okay if you're not able to visualize. Continue to focus on you resting, receiving, and being open to yourself. And thank yourself for being here. Okay. Now you may begin coming out of your safe space. Whatever position you are in your indoor or outdoor space that you created for yourself, slowly start to move, slowly start to get up. Take a nice look around, thank this space, whatever experiences that you guys may have had. Thank all the beings, the entities, everyone who helped assist you during this journey, during this process. I thank you all for sitting with me through this energy. If you're just joining, don't worry. You can go back on the video and start from the beginning because I did, give a little walkthrough. But in the meantime, if you would like to stick around, we're going to get ready to finish off with a collective message. Feel free to leave any comments in the chat and slowly start to bring yourself back out of that safe space. Start wiggling your toes, your fingers, opening your eyes, sitting back up, or get up and do a quick stretch, whatever you need in order to solidify that energy. And again, I thank you guys for sitting with me through it. I hope you guys feel cool, calm, and collected. And now let us get into a mini reading. And yes, I would love to hear any feedback or anything that you guys experienced in the chat or in private message. Okay, first up we have the Judgment reversed. Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. And I knew this card was going to come up, Strength, because I was literally thinking about it. Because what I'm getting from this spread so far is that you guys are at a tug of war between your mind and your spirit. Because a lot of judgment, a lot of perspectives, illusions, belief systems, value systems are all starting to come to the surface, to which you guys are starting to unpack things on a deeper scale, or having a lot of things come into awareness of maybe habits, attachments, so on and so forth. That's been showing you now how you may have been, again, utilizing a belief system that goes against you, whether you not believing in yourself, whether you're having insecurities, as well as you taking on a lot of everyone else's energies and perspectives. When you take on so much and you're not properly distributing back out, which I made sure during the Reiki to anchor you guys back to the earth so that you guys can have a proper distribution and flow back into releasing and not just constantly taking in and absorbing. So it's like, this revelation is really trying to show you where you need courage, where you need patience, because maybe the person that was holding you back was you. Maybe your perspective of the world was holding you back from being able to properly love yourself, properly show up for yourself, and properly be in this flow state, in this grounded state where you understand that what happens is gonna happen. It all is what it is. And so yes, you guys are experiencing a tug of war between the mind and the spirit, but it's okay, because as long as you continue to again unpack what these things are, you're going to allow yourself to release the judgment. So this judgment again is dealing around like childhood trauma. I feel a lot of heaviness in my throat. So maybe you guys struggle with speaking up for yourself, speaking your truth, because you're afraid of losing. You're afraid of losing people. You're afraid of hurting people, because for a very long time you've adapted a mindset where you're not capable of doing all the things that you want to do. You're not capable of having instant manifestation available to you. And even though we say instant, we don't always literally mean instant, but just your constant ability to believe that you can have the things that you desire. So, but for some of you, I do feel like some of this is more so dealing with how you judge yourself when things go wrong, how you judge yourself when things don't always quite go the way that you would like. And that's okay. We got the High Priestess reverse. So it's like, yeah, you guys are dealing with uncertainty. You're dealing with lack of clarity. You don't feel like you really have a foundation to the things that you believe in, the things that you want to experience, and so on and so forth. Like, and I feel like again, it's dealing with your belief system. Do you really feel like you can have the things that you want? Do you really feel like you're the person who you say you are, or do you keep dealing with imposter syndrome? And I feel like this is one of the rooted foundational things is imposter syndrome. It's going to take a lot of reprogramming, a lot of courage in order to bring yourself out of that self-sabotage energy. Because I feel like for some of you too, it might even be like you're so good that you're like, "Ah, this can't be real. I can't really be out here being this great, being this real. So I must be lying to myself somewhere." Or you use the issues and the problems that you go through to validate, like, oh, I'm not good enough. I know the other shoe is gonna drop because XYZ. So it's like for some reason you're struggling with believing in your true self. So I feel like this energy, this collective energy is, how do I stop tricking myself out of seeing myself? How do I stop tricking myself out of taking on everything from outside of me and making it an internal problem when it has nothing to do with me? Why do I keep validating these negative things to be a reality to me when it's not even my thing? It's not my truth, you know? And I feel like it's not always easy to realize how much we're absorbing. But on the other hand, we're absorbing it because some part of us resonates with that energy and those belief systems. Now, I do want to look into the past life energy. We got imprisonment, which this goes hand for hand. Persecution and judgment. And it's deep because, okay, in this card, we have two mouse that's in there with her, and one of them is eating her food. So maybe someone or all of you, take it how it resonates. Maybe you feel like, I'm scared of really accomplishing things because I'm scared that people are going to constantly try to take away from me. There's going to be some way that I get sabotaged. So you're already pre-assuming that things are just gonna fall apart if you get there. And then another perspective when I see the mouse, at least based on my Ganesha deck, the mouse usually represents the ego. So I feel like you guys are trapping yourself with an unhealed ego and then wondering why life feels so out of control, why life feels so, I want to say like uh, unreal. Like, so you're not really allowing yourself to be fully present in it because of all of these illusions that has been created for such a long time. But I feel like this collective is finally ready to break those cycles because the lessons, whether you see it or not, you have been doing the work. Because this energy doesn't feel like a beginning, like you're getting into it or you're just realizing it. It more so feels like an ending. Like you're finally getting to the space, like, okay, I'm finally going to be accountable to realize that I wasn't allowing myself to be my greatest version. I kept using illusion on top of illusion to pretend to be that polar opposite. Like I'm out here pretending to be terrible or bad or non-creative or very bland when this entire time you've been everything under the sun. And so you've slowly been putting in the action, putting in the work. So now this imprisonment is starting to feel like it's starting to break away. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a start to something, but it more so feels like the end. Like you guys are approaching the end of this season of no longer hiding who you are. And I want to quickly read the message behind it. So for the karmic shift, imprisonment may be your history, but your beautiful, powerful soul pre-existed even the most horrible past life experiences. And if you've been bullied, judged, or persecuted in this life, your soul is calling you to stand up for yourself and shift the relationships that may still be bringing you down. And that includes your relationship with yourself. You must absolutely put an end to being your own persecutor at every opportunity. Free yourself from the prison of self negation and judgment. It's time to liberate yourself from old assumptions of victimization and know that you are powerful just as you are. And the affirmation, I release feelings of victimization. I have power in my life and strength in the world. And I can't make this up because this is a new deck, so I don't know all the meanings to, at least the book meanings to these cards. So the fact that the book also validated that this is not the start of imprisonment, it's the end. This is where you guys break out and break free. You just, like we said, have to be courageous. Now, the thing about being courageous, it does not mean that you're never scared. It does not mean that you're never going to feel fear. It does not mean that you're always going to have this certainty in life. Courage means that no matter how unknown something feels, you validate your truth more than anything, and enough that you still move in action even if it scares you. For example, bungee jumping. As fearful as it feels being at that edge, ready to be pushed off and free fall into whatever is below you. Courage is you being afraid of, I'm going to have to free fall maybe 300,000 feet, I don't know, right? And at the same time, though, I do know that there's still a cord connected to me. Yes, there's a possibility that the cord snaps and I fall, but there's also the possibility that it doesn't, which is more than likely. So, as scared as I feel right now, I still deserve to show up through it. So I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna take this leap and I'm going to jump. So even though you're still afraid, you still muster up the solar plexus, the willpower, which is also why I wore it yellow today. Muster up that willpower to be courageous no matter how frightened and scared you feel, no matter how much rejection and uncertainty is in front of you, how much unknown is in front of you. None of it really matters, because 9 out of 10, once you get to the other side, you realize it wasn't even scary. So you were just tricking yourself out of doing what you wanted to do. So do it even if you're scared. Sidebar though, there is a difference between being scared and having a really terrible feeling about something. So if something just doesn't feel right and it feels eerie, that's a different situation. Don't do it. But if you're just scared because of the unknown, or whatever thoughts that you're having, whatever emotions you're having, you still need to understand it. And we got self-doubt again. So feelings of inadequacy. So yeah, you guys are definitely struggling with seeing your truth. And it's interesting because this card is a girl sitting next to a mirror, and inside of the mirror are two old people. It's an old man and an old woman. And I kind of feel like this is how you guys are looking at yourselves. Like, you're missing the fact that you are this young person with a whole life ahead of you. Instead, you see yourself as these old grandparents who are tired, body's probably not doing what it needs to do. You're tricking yourself. Like, you're literally looking in the mirror like, I'm this old woman, I'm this old man, I don't got much left to live, so I might as well just suck it up and deal with the things that I'm dealing with. And it's like, do you not see yourself? You are not old. You are not at the end of the end. So this is definitely a wake-up call to start doing the work to see yourself for who you truly are. Stop lying to yourself. Stop tricking yourself. We got island, solitude, and tree grounding. So this is definitely a message as well that you guys need a lot of internal grounding. Not necessarily always using tools outside of yourself in order to help calm you and ground you. What would you actually need mentally and emotionally? What types of conversations would you really need to have with yourself in order to actually allow yourself to make peace with the things that you feel? Because a theme lately is, we use all these tools, we use all these things outside of ourselves all the time, but we never truly create that stability internally. We rely on these things and we trick ourselves into thinking that we're actually doing the work, but in actuality, we're just bypassing and we're just surface level with it. So what do you need to actually go deeper and really root yourself into yourself so that you can really see you for who you are? Again, what thought patterns, what emotions, what are you feeling inside? You need to be honest. Do you hate the world? Do you hate people? Because those are not valid emotions to have. Somewhere, shape, or form, there is an inner child who felt abandoned to some sort of way, who felt let down. So now you think it's okay to just run with this perspective that the world is terrible, that people are terrible. So then you start bringing yourself away from opportunities, from progression, from whatever it is that you need in order to enjoy your life. So what does your blockages look like? They're not always just pure energy, but there are words behind those blockages, and sit with yourself to really understand what those things are. Again, get rooted inside of yourself and stop working on the surface level. So I want you guys to take solitude to the next level. I know that you can, and I know that you will. And we got Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmission, and Earth Intelligence. So I feel like the Earth is lending you a hand. Call on the Earth and ask her for assistance. Ask your spirit team for assistance. Ask your higher self for assistance. Help me understand what I need to do in order to break free. What do I need to do? What conversations, what realizations do I really truly need to have? What type of perspective do I need to start adapting in order for me to really break through this shell that's been stopping me from being my true self, this shell that's been having me living in illusion after illusion? What is it going to take for you to really realize that life is beautiful, you are beautiful, this earth is beautiful, and that everyone's just being dramatic, give or take? It really comes down to the fact that the more you realize that you have adapted a perspective of instability, a perspective of cycles, a perspective where, again, nothing good is possible, then you have to really be accountable and realize, like, oh, maybe my life keeps getting distorted and tug and pulled because I'm not being real with myself and admitting that I don't think that any of this is great. I think my pain sucks. I think all these lessons suck. And instead of me learning how to embrace them and understand them and see the bigger picture and see the inner picture, I'm over here just throwing hands, mad, pissed off because I feel like everything's unfair. I deserve this. I deserve that. Why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? You can have it, but it's a process. There are reasons for why you're going through what you're going through, and that's because our souls came here to grow. So a part of you understands that, but the other part of you is fighting it because the more you realize how much pain and how much uncomfortability you have to go through, the more you don't want to do it. The more you start to realize, like, man, why can't I just go to the next phase? Like, why am I going through this? And it's because that's how Earth works. That's how this existence works. If you stay focused on the bad, you miss the point of the good, because pain helps give more space to love, just as much as love gives more space to pain. But none of that even matters. What matters is you learn to flow with the flow of your life. You learn to understand the purpose and the reasons why you came here to learn the specific things that you did. And outside of this session, you guys can book with me. We can look at your charts and I can help you understand, like, that you're not losing your mind, you're not crazy. There's literally mathematics behind, like, why you're going through what you're going through. There's a whole blueprint as to why you're here going through what you are going through, because you chose it. You knew you needed those lessons in order to grow your soul. So this lesson here, this isolation, this imprisonment, has less to do with the actual experiences, but has more to do with your accountability of how you perceive the things that you go through. It's easier to get upset and feel like a victim to the things that you're going through. It's harder to sit down and understand why you went through that, and again, what traumas, what power you're trying to ignite through those lessons, through those experiences. And again, once you release that perspective of good and bad, it also helps you stop victimizing and stop looking at it like this is just the worst thing that I can possibly go through, because again, you're not hyper focused on what you don't like. You realize that that part is just as important. And so this imprisonment ends once you realize that it's okay to accept all versions of life and experience. And when you accept and learn to love that this is the very thing you asked for, so you're just going to make it so much easier on yourself when you embrace everything instead of reject everything. Because then all you're doing is rejecting yourself. So again, you can escape this imprisonment once you learn to appreciate and love and hate and have all the emotions without judging those experiences or those emotions, but instead using it for elevation, for expansion, for wisdom, for growth, to expand your heart chakra, because again, that's the other part that we miss. All that pain is actually teaching you how to love yourself, how to love yourself deeper, how to love yourself more authentically. But the more that you keep looking at it as everyone's attacking me, the more you're going to shut down and the more you're going to love yourself less. So, to free yourself from the imprisonment, you have to learn to bring in more love, more acceptance, more accountability, more surrender, more flow. And so, with that being said, because I don't want to go too far deep, I know we've already been here for a minute. We're going to close off with the affirmation. And we got journey. Focus on how far you have come, not how far you have to go. You will find help in unexpected places. I feel like it can't get any better than that. It sure can't get any more clear than that. And yeah, I really hope that you guys received these messages. I hope you guys enjoyed the Reiki. I definitely plan on doing this more often. It might even be like an every Sunday thing that I do. We'll see. But yes, I appreciate all of you for joining, for allowing me to hold space for you. Again, if you're just joining or if you joined late, that's no problem. This live will be saved to my channel, so you'll be able to go back. I think you might also have the option to like go back while you're still viewing right now, because I want to make sure you guys get the full experience, minus the technical difficulties in the beginning. But yes, I appreciate y'all. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Please feel free to send me any feedback. This video, again, will always be here for you to come back to and use if ever you need it. Feel free to also share it with someone who may need some energy healing, some energy support. And yeah, thank you for being here. I hope that you guys leave this space learning how to believe in yourself more, how to appreciate life more, appreciate yourself more, and surrender to having a better life and being a better you, because you deserve your most authentic version of you. But we do know that it takes steps, it takes progress, it takes some ups and downs and some circles. But y'all, you got this. I believe in you. I trust in you. You got this. So, again, thank you for being here. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Happy Sunday. Happy 2025. Happy year of the snake. Happy new moon. Happy all of that good stuff. And yes, thank you again. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys would like to donate for this space, all the information will be in the description on the video. If you guys would like to book any sessions or buy any jewelry, my entire site is on sale right now. As well as, last but not least, we do have tickets available still for our Puerto Rico retreat this June 2025. So if you're also interested in that, you can either shoot me a message or shoot me an email throughout the website. There are different modalities on how to connect with me. So, yes, thank you all for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hello, Miss.